Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello Cancer, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part bundle reading where we do it all. I am so happy that you guys are here. I also want to take a moment to thank you for hyping my videos, helping me to bring them out in the algorithm, as well as liking, sharing, and all that good stuff. Most importantly, for your comments, because I answer all of them. In addition, I also want to thank you for the purchases that you have made. When something pops up in this corner and you guys are purchasing bracelets, going into stores that have 50% off, I am going to continue posting that as we have the back to school sales. So you're going to see a lot of things that are going to save you a lot of money. Buy one, get one, all that good stuff. All right. So don't forget to check that out. A lot of the protection bracelets are very necessary in our lives. We should never go without. And also they are very, very blessed by either, churches, shamans, all kinds of spiritual and religious people. Okay. So it's not just any bracelet. All right, you guys. Okay. The first card that we have is trust. Okay. I use this cup to channel messages. I feel that this isn't just a trust that you may be feeling, oh, I can trust this situation. I think this has a lot more to do with your own trust, you not trusting yourself, right? Which we should not put ourselves in that situation. So, as you know, I always say that my name is Priscilla and I'm not just any tarot reader, and that's because I predict the cards and the cards come out. You want evidence? Sure. There are over 2,000 videos in my channel that show the evidence, because I don't just speak to speak. The proof is in the pudding. I have a highlighted video of where I predicted my nephew's passing. Am I proud? No, but I am proud of my gifts. All right, so we might see here the High Priestess might come out in this reading, or the Hierophant, or the Moon, because I feel, and we might also see the Hermit. I feel like you are not trusting yourself with the things that you are doing. They're also telling you to be just and compromise, okay? Compromise with your significant other, compromise with your family, avoid problems, right? Because things sometimes can get we might see the 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. Things might get a little complicated when we don't compromise, right? Compromising is not something that's difficult. So therefore, it's not something that we should, be, like I say, hard-headed or stubborn about. All right, and we have here, when we're checking your energies in terms of love, your boundaries aren't mean. They're a love language, okay? So if you need to say no, you don't need to feel like, oh my God, I'm doing the wrong thing, I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. No, it's no, and it's simple, okay? People have to respect your boundaries. Nobody can force you to do things that you don't want to do. You may be feeling that way, okay? Because you don't trust yourself, you're asking people for advice. All right, we're gonna move on to checking your other energies. Okay, you have the number 34, fish. This has to do with finances, material success, and business. Okay, so if you guys are going to open a new business, it's going to go well. All right, there might be some money that you're expecting. We might see the 9 or 10 of Pentacles. And you could have abundance also in material stuff, right? You might have the money to buy yourself a luxury bag. You might have the money to buy yourself a luxury car. All right, so there's a lot of things that are coming into your life that are very beneficial, that are very abundant, in which you're going to be very successful. And in terms of finances overall, okay, some of you might be getting a higher paying job, okay, but there's a lot of success here with regards to money. If there was a lack, things begin to get better, Cancer. So that is great, because I'm a Cancer, so I'm happy to hear this. All right, again, prosperity and luck, okay, you have the mint leaf, okay, so this is back-to-back, different decks. I couldn't make this up if I tried, but I welcome it because I am a Cancer and I am in need of all of this. Guys, when you have a moment, please go check out that ritual that I did using the 2 candles for work. I ended up getting 7 interviews And when I finally was hired, I did not need to interview. The person fell in love with me and they were like, I love your energy. I love your energy through this email. And I don't need to interview you, but you can pass by to check out, you know, the building. We can do a walkthrough. So the ritual is very potent. I'm going to begin leaving those rituals at the end of every video. Okay, and it says soften the armor. What once protected you may now be holding you back. Let your heart breathe without defense. Okay, trust yourself. Trust the people around you. Okay, this goes hand in hand. All right, you're not trusting right now. You have your guards really up, and they're letting you know to soften the armor. It doesn't have to be this way. Whoever hurt you in love isn't the same person who you're going to meet next. Okay, that same person isn't like your old person. Okay, and they might have gotten tired because you decided to set your limits, right? Whatever situation this might be, but you need to soften your armor right now. And I don't blame you because I feel the same way. Okay, but I'm beginning to little by little understand that there are good people in the world. Okay, considering the person who just hired me, she is amazing. And so you guys, let it down. Okay, let it down. All right, we might also see a lot of wands, particularly wands that show that you still maybe are protected. We might see the Three of Swords, all the other ones that I've already mentioned, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star, and for sure the Fool, without a shadow of a doubt. So let's see what comes out. Can I have 3 cards, please, for Cancer? We're gonna do 3, then 3, and then we're gonna look at your shadows. All right, but remember that here we cover everything. Guys, remember, there are going to be items that come out in this corner. Check that out. Save yourself some money. Okay, there are BOGO sales right now. Buy one, get one 50% off, or get it free. All right, so check that out. Buy protection bracelets. You should never be walking around without protection bracelet, you guys. Never. Okay. So yeah, and I'm also going to start putting in some tarot decks if you're interested as well. Not too many. All right, but all of those bracelets and things that you see, I have, and they are of good quality. Okay, I wouldn't put anything, or I wouldn't buy anything myself that wasn't of good quality, and it's gonna break tomorrow. Okay, however, the reason why it's important for you to have protection bracelets is because when they break because there's bad energy within your body and you're attracting that. So once a bracelet breaks, that's good news. That means that it's killing your energy. All right, that's why you should never be without protection bracelets. That's what they do. All right, the lovers. If this was a situation where you were hurt because somebody hurt you in love, it gets better. All right, this is why I'm telling you, not everybody was meant to hurt you. Not everybody will hurt you, and you need to put your guard down. I'm learning that myself, but somebody's coming in that's going to be very compatible with you. All right, you know what you're looking for, Cancer. You know that you're not settling anymore for less. You've learned from your mistakes, and this person might even on your first date bring you flowers. Okay, but right now with the 7 of Pentacles, you're very focused on your money, on the things that you need to do, on your side hustles, are really thinking about what else can I do to make money, right? What else can I dip into? Okay, and with the 10 of Wands, you're on your way. Okay, you're already in a place where you're gonna be happy, or you're getting there. All right, this is a 10. This is not just any card. This is a 10. So you are on your way to do amazing things, right? And be happy. It's almost like I'm finally smelling the flowers. Like you've been through a lot and everything finally gets better, settles down. You know, you're happy, maybe in a new work environment, maybe you're moving, maybe you're meeting new people. Everything just gets better. At the same time, you're also getting rid of people who, you know, you don't need to be friends with. It's almost like cleaning out the human closet, right? All right, we're gonna take out 3 more. I'm also leaving the egg ritual. So, you know, once you do the work ritual to find work, do the egg ritual, cleanse your energies before you go to any interview. All right, you guys, it is a big deal because it's almost like, you know, cleaning out your soul to be able to receive the things that are good in you in your life, right? Making space energetically and physically. What do we have for Cancer? All right, they've given me my next 3 cards. All right. Oh my God, you can't make this up. I'm not just any tarot reader. I told you that the Ten of Pentacles was going to come out. Because it's just the way. Once I'm in my readings, I know that it is the way that it has to happen. Okay, so you're going to be receiving money. It's all over here. All over here. We started with 2 cards, prosperity, luck, material success, and now the Ten of Pentacles. This is not just any money. This is like big things that are going to continue in your life that, just comes out of nowhere, that you're shocked. But this just signifies there will be no lack. There will be no living from paycheck to paycheck because you've done the work with the 7 of Pentacles, right? And with the 10 of Wands, you're there. You took the action that you needed to take. All right. And then we have the 9 of Wands. Okay. You may be revisiting old stuff like boxes that you have put away, receipt boxes. I like to call them our little treasure boxes, photos that we keep. There is something there that you might find that you may have been looking for. All right. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I forgot that I put it here. It could be anything. It could be keys. It could be money. It could be cards. It could be receipts, letters, proof of something that happened in your life. Okay. And then with the Devil, they're simply telling you to really be mindful with the things that you think about. Okay. The Devil always likes to call us in to think negatively. Don't. All right. The Devil is a liar. Okay. So as a matter of fact, let me clear that energy for you guys. Okay. There's something that reaches what needed to reach. Okay. Something is completed. You're going to feel so relaxed to say, oh my God, finally, I did this. I got out of this job. I get to travel now. I left this person. I have a new boss. I bought a new car finally after, going here, there, and everywhere and trying to finally, get credit or whatever. Something just is finally over. Okay. And for me, I can resonate because I'm leaving a job. It's over. I get to move on because you're going to have the strength. And they're telling you to ask yourself, where am I holding back softness? Okay. They're basically asking you to be soft, to love yourself first and to love others then. All right, you guys, we are moving on to money and career. Oh, yikes. All right. Yeah. Limitations that will no longer be there when it comes to work, right? That's why you need to do that ritual and follow it step by step. You don't need a big candle. All you need is a little candle. You want to use a big one? That's fine. Okay. And also I'm going to be putting together a testimony about Saint Charbel, and other miracles that he has done in my life so that you guys can follow, watch his story, buy the statue, keep it in your homes, take it to church to be blessed. I'm doing that this week. I bought 3. 1 for me and 2 for friends. All right. Limitations. Obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought or simply choose something better for you. Okay. Nothing is an obstacle. We create them. Okay. We create obstacles. We need to get out there. We need to do what we need to do and make it happen. Guys, I am very sensitive to light. So, you might find that this video is a little more low in light, but it's just my eyes. It bothers a lot. What else am I leaving at the end? Also check out my playlist. You know that those readings never expire. Okay. All right. And remember that when we help others, God helps us, right? Any little thing is returned to you tenfold. If you want to make a donation to my channel, I really appreciate it. If you want to purchase the bracelets that come out, I work with a lot of vendors. Go ahead and do that. Check out my Amazon store. Go to the esoteric items. You'll find candles for rituals. You find everything that I use in that list and other things, right? Like the juice that I drink, jewelry that I use. All right. Everything is there by categories and it's on my main page. You'll see that it says Amazon. Under there, there's a whole bunch of Amazon links. And then it says financial clarity. Take time to review your finances, create a budget, track your expenses, and set clear financial goals to gain control and make informed decisions. Because sometimes we spend money and then we're like, especially when we're on vacation, we're like, where did that money go? So try to track, okay, have your budget set to the side and maybe on your notes, on your phone, track it there. That's what I do. But be mindful how you're spending your money. If you need it, absolutely, right? We have to spend money because money is energy. In order for money to be returned to us, we have to spend it. But, nobody needs an extra pair of shoes, right? If you find yourself buying another pair of shoes that you know you don't need, you can take that money and invest it somewhere where you get returns. Okay, exhausted, feel financially drained, lacking viable options, recharge and regroup. All right, you guys. So we could have made a mistake. We could have said, oh my God, I spent too much. If I could only take that back. It's never too late. All right, you guys, money comes, money goes. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Especially when we find ourselves, oh my God, like I really overdid it. Just, you'll know how to control yourself. All right, we're moving on to love. What do we have for Cancer with regards to you trusting, right? Softening the armor. All right, it says, I am obsessed with you. That also resonates with me. All right, you guys, so somebody might be obsessed. This could be you, this could be them. Remember that this is a general reading. I am open for personal readings. I am one little step away from finishing up my website where you guys can go and book everything there, okay? But in the meantime, you can shoot me an email, all right? People see that I'm not just any tarot reader, and I've been getting booked a lot. I don't work summers, so I have a lot of time to get that reading back to you as soon as possible. All right, self-love, all right? I'm not just any tarot reader. When this card came out, I told you, this has a lot to do, yes, with you being self with other people, but giving yourself a lot of self-love, Cancer, because you haven't been doing that. You're all about other people, and when it comes to you, you leave yourself last. And that is the reason why you're getting all this abundance coming in, because of who you are, because you've given a lot, all right? And so a lot of self-love here, because remember that when I get to the section of love, I'm talking about love in general, right? Love to your friend, love to yourself, love in the romantic realm. Okay, I want to be different. Okay, so this person who hurt you might be who's obsessed with you. They probably did a number on you, and now, they're probably telling you, listen, I want to be different, give me another chance. It's up to you. But I do feel like the trust probably won't be there anymore, right? You have your armor up, and they're telling you to soften it. Not with this person, okay? Because you don't want to put yourself in a position of going back to the same old, same old. So I don't see you going back to this person. I see you with the Lover's card, meeting somebody new, meeting somebody who's more compatible with you, who's on the same page, who you can align with, who doesn't come with nonsense. Because you're not a pigeon, you're not a bird. You don't need breadcrumbs, right? You need actual love, like the full everything, right? Okay, I think you got my point. Moving on to oracle messages. What do we have for Cancer? I didn't take out the secret card, so I would do it. And it says you're fine. The world isn't tending. It just feels that way sometimes. Take a nap. Because sometimes you might feel like, oh my God, the world is a true disaster for me. All right, but you are exhausted. Okay, you may have been working a lot. It's time for you to take a rest. All right, Cancer, because I know that Cancer is a very thriving sign. Okay, we don't stop. When we have things to do, we keep going and going and going. I know that I need to take a break. I know that, but it's so hard for me to do because I just feel like every time I'm sitting, I'm wasting my life. And so that's what just happened. I put together a whole bunch of things for my new office that I had to take in this morning. I slept late and I was mad at myself because I feel like I lost a lot of time. All right, Harpy, a creature of many guisings. In storms I soar, that is so Cancer. Admit virtues and vices, a reflection of life's score. I once read a quote on social media that it said that Cancers, whenever they're going through a breakup, whenever they're feeling sad, that is their medicine. Because that is the one thing that Cancer would do. Oh, I'm feeling sad. Other people will be like, oh, I'm going to sleep, I feel miserable. But Cancer is like, nope, I'm going to open up a business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That is Cancer. All right, leader of light. Exactly. Your purpose is greater than your doubt. The right people, the ones who resonate with your truth, are waiting for you to step fully in your power. Speak your confidence and they will come. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, because we are light. All right, God always puts people in our path who are going to help us, right? Never people that we don't need to have there. So let go of the doubt, let go of the lack of trust that you feel within yourself. And it's what I told you. There is somebody coming in who's going to resonate with your truth. Okay, those are the people, a new lover, a new friend, a new boss that resonates with you, that vibes in your same energy. All right, you guys, and that's just the way it is. We always attract people who are good. I always have a lot of earth angels in my path. I have gifts. I'm not just any regular person, and that's probably why. But I know that we have our guardian angels, and they're always there to help us no matter what it is. All right, you guys, we're going to do initials. So just stay focused on the things that you want to do. God helps us when we help ourselves. All right, they're giving me the name Nancy, and they're giving me Ohio. Some of you may be from Ohio. Okay, so this might be the initial of a place, name, first name, last name, okay, however it resonates. And then we're gonna do more signs. Here we have all the signs, so I'm not even gonna bother. Okay, you have Cancer strongly, your own sign, Aries. Sometimes Aries is compatible with Cancer, and you have your opposite sign, Capricorn. I love me some Capricorns. All right, you guys, this has been your reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you can help me. Also, as always, don't forget to live in love and harmony. Is it hard? Yes, sometimes. It's so hot in New York. Always remember to help others no matter who they are. One love, and I will see you soon. Take care. Sending you many, many, many blessings. Check out the things to buy. All right, you guys, you can't go without protection bracelets. They're very important and necessary. Take care. See you soon.
Thanking you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.